Hey everybody, glad you could join me. It's Saturday evening. I almost fell asleep on the couch after dinner, so figured better get going now. So let's get the shave in. I was looking forward to this all day, and then got busy in the yard, and it was a hot day out today. So I guess it got a little to me. Well, got some rest, so that was good. Yeah, today, we're just basically gonna head right on in, more or less. It is gonna be a longer video because I just want to show you guys something. Got a nice mail call in today, and those that follow me on Instagram, I've already seen the pictures. Got this in the Gentleman's Shaving Collection, made in West Germany, so that means it's already got a couple of days on its back, and it was an exclusive for the Moss Brothers stores, I believe, in Florida. It's basically back in the day something like Sears. Later it actually belonged to Macy's, or the parent company of Macy's that took that over. And yeah, I was able to get this from off of eBay. And hold on, I'm just gonna hold this because I didn't put the lid back on properly. Yes, I know it's a a cartridge razor. How can you be so excited about a cartridge razor? Well, I don't know, but I guess it has to do with this whole set. This is an Atra. Or better said, it's the European version of the Atra, the Contour. It is a C2, which would put it at 1982, and if you see that, it's still got the dud blade in it for transport. So this thing has never been used. It came with the little travel brush, which is a pure bristle boar brush, and with soap. Now this was I had a heck of a time getting this open, but apparently neither of them have either been touched. Hold on. This is a full shave stick. No clue what it's. Doesn't have really any scent to it, but anyway, it's not been touched, so that's nice. And here we go. Here's the little brush, and it pops out the bottom like so. Little boar brush, and you just screw this in there, put the bottom back on, and voila, travel brush. And yeah, this has never been used, so fantastic. Contemplating right now if I should ever use it. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm kind of so. I've already shown this off to Brad Melling, and he was kind of like, "Man, you gotta use this." I'm like, I don't know. Might want to just put this on the shelf. The razor I will use because I've got some blades. Oh, that's the second mail call. Speaking of, I've got some blades in for the Atra / Track 2, and if you remember a couple of shaves ago, Corey, the Pittsburgh Wet Shaver 007, gifted me this. This is a 1977. It's in there somewhere. 1977, an X2, and I've been dying to try it. Yes, it is a cartridge razor, but nonetheless, still, I've been wanting to try this. So I finally got some blades in. Since I had a heck of a time finding cheap Astra / Track 2 blades. I could find the regular Gillette one still in the store, but I wasn't willing to shell out that kind of money for 10 blades, basically for, you know, just kind of a novelty shave. You know, it's kind of just trying it out and you know, putting the handle back into the display. So I looked online a little bit, and lo and behold, hold on, yeah, this has still got cardboard, the styrofoam stuff all over it. Found some of these Supermax. They fit. 50 rupees, comes from India, and got this off of a store on eBay, and shipping was, I think, what, today's Saturday, I think I ordered it on Tuesday or something like that, Monday or Tuesday, and so that was quick. It didn't come from India, I think it was a US seller, but nonetheless, so looking forward to that, and they are the ones without the lube strip. I'm not a big fan of those loop strips because it's kind of like, you know, they're behind the blades anyway, so what's the sense? I've got a decent soap I'm going to use it with. I guess those loop strips were made for the people in the shower that shave within like 2 minutes. You know, just kind of put a little bit of shampoo on it and hack at it. If that's your game, that's fine. It ain't mine. I don't need it. So, yeah. That was that. So I'm really excited about this set. Kind of just, you know, made the Saturday. So looking forward to hearing from you guys what you think. Use it, not use it. Leave a comment down below. Okay, so now the actual shave. Today was a request. Somewhat on the last shave. Said, you know, I mean, Alex De Leon had a nice phone conversation, and he was inquiring about this razor. If you can see that, let's see if it'll kind of zoom in. It is a Jem Jr. Now I'll try and put a couple of more detailed pictures in here because I know. Yeah, anyway, it's in, the one I have is in decent condition. It's got some brassing on it, you know, it's not the prettiest one anymore, but it still functions fine. It's got this beautiful ornate handle. I'll definitely put some pictures in here later. And so he asked, you know, it's kind of like, hey, that one would be of interest. So that's what we're using. Gonna go single edge today. In this razor, since it's an older model, basically pre-war they had the thicker spines still on the single edge blades. The modern ones nowadays that I can get, you know, have really thin spines. So, you know, the angle is a little bit off. If you look back into my videos, I think I've already explained that one on my previous single edge video with one of the Pellas with these type single edge blades. And as you can see, this one already has 4 shaves on it, so this will be number 5. And I mean, I don't have any problems getting 7-8 shaves out of these. So looking forward to a nice comfortable shave. Now, as you can see, I've shimmed this up with just some Scotch tape to get to the desired thickness of what a vintage blade would have been. I happen to have a vintage blade here, which I measured out with some calipers, and like I said in the previous videos, I've got the measurements and all that kind of stuff a little bit better explained, so I'm not going to go into it too much detail today. Right, so while we're at it, let's go load this thing. Very important, these two little tabs here. If you're looking at one, these two tabs have to be intact and roughly in the same position. If they're bent over or, you know, missing, then good luck. Your blade is not going to stay, because basically that's the positive stop for your blade. There's no other way of securing that. So you just load that in there, basically push it down to the bottom, that it goes into these tabs. I like to lift the blade up just a little bit just to kind of get it in there. Alright, let it drop, snap it shut, done. Alright. So, and as a soap, talking to Alex today, he's still in the hospital. So Alex, if you watch this, all the best. Hope you get out soon. And yeah, just chit-chatting back and forth, and you know, it's just kind of like, hey, you know, any ideas on the soap? And he said, you know what, Hasslinger hasn't popped up in quite a while on any of the shaves, so some Haslinger Honey. Well, I'm pronouncing it the US way again. I'm catching myself. I explained this in one of the first videos. It'll get to me too. Hasslinger. If you want to pronounce it the German way, it's Hasslinger. This is Honig, and this is Rasierseife. Right. Doesn't that sound inviting? Basically, it's honey shave soap. So I'm pretty sure you guys could figure that one out. Now, the ingredients list. I had just had a brief look at this when I pulled this out of the storage, and I didn't even realize it was a tallow soap. So, okay. Ingredients are potassium stearate, sodium stearate, potassium tallowate, aqua / water, honey, perfume, peanut oil. There is the Latin name on there, and I'm like, okay, peanut oil. So guys or gals, if you're allergic to peanuts, Hasslinger, be careful. Potassium cocoate, sodium tallowate, sodium cocoate, glycerin, potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, a couple of Cl whatever numbers, some alcohol, benzoyl benzoate, benzyl salicylate, and citronellol. Oh God, I can't even pronounce that. So okay, this is something that, you know, has some preservatives in it. Not the, you know, the cleanest list we've seen up until now, but we'll take it as is. It is made in Austria. It is made in Vienna, just, you know, for information's sake. So yeah, they come in these small little pucks, 60 grams, and the small little puck size presents, sorry about that. And yeah, the small little puck size presents difficulties in itself, because basically anywhere you want to put it in any mug, it's going to be too small and it's going to just kind of whiz around. I tried putting it in a Old Spice mug, not a chance. So I'm just going to unwrap it, and I'm just going to wedge it here into one of these shave bowls and hope it doesn't rattle around too much. Now, if you've got a permanent spot for them, you know, like a dedicated container, one thing you can do is grate it up. You know, just take a cheese grater, grate it up and press it into that container. You know, lather it up one time, and that'll smooth out the surface a little bit, get some moisture in there, and it'll pretty well dense down and be good to go. I've done that with that half puck of coconut I've had, and it's worked out very well. Put that in the Old Spice mug, pressed it down in there, works great. So, alright, so here, unwrapped. And the scent is... Hasslinger has very simple scents. I mean, usually they just go into, you know, one scent direction. There's not much complicated about it. This one says honey, and that's what it smells like, honey. So all I'm gonna do is take this little lather bowl that I have. See, yep, got some ridges in there too if you need it. But all I'm gonna do is just basically shove it into the side here so it doesn't move around, and then just lather off the top of that. The brush today will be the Shavemac D01. Little silver tip. Small puck, small brush, right? I'm just gonna warm it up a little bit. The water's gotten a little cold that I was soaking it in. Alright. And the trick with the Hasslinger is first of all, get rid of all the water and then dip very lightly just to get a small amount. You know, it's not dripping anymore, but you know, you want a little bit of moisture in the bristles. A little more than usual, don't load dry. Now, this is a dry puck. Lathers up quick. And that's all she wrote, pretty much. That's all I'm gonna need. I will use some of this stuff that's around here, so just hold on a sec. I'll pause it real quick. I'll get my face wet, and well, screw it. Let's not pause it. Be right back. Now with the, like I said, with the Hasslinger, I like to have a little bit more moisture on their face than usual. And like I said, I'm just going to scrape out some of the excess. Okay. The stuff that's left on here. So. Now, I've not done anything else to that brush other than that, what was it, 10-second load. Dip in the tips, just ever so slightly. As you can see, boom, it explodes. Now the Hasslinger has a habit of getting dry quick. So it'll dry on your face if you don't have enough water in it. I've seen some gentlemen, I mean, you know, okay, if that's your preference, you know, if you like it more thicker and a whole lot creamier. I've seen them load for 30+ seconds on this stuff, and it was on their face really thick, and you could tell it was starting to get a little dry. But no, this soap does not need a long load time. It likes a good bit of water, and it likes to be agitated. So you actually have to, you know, really build a lather on your face, and then you'll get a nice creamy result, as you can see. Hope you can see that. That's nice and thick. There's plenty on here, on my fingers too, and it's nice and slick. Now, that being said, I know I like a wet lather anyway, so everybody's got to experiment a little bit, but it is somewhat of a thirsty soap and it lathers up fairly easy, so you know, just kind of keep that in mind. Alright, so here, Jem Jr. Ted Pella blade, shave number 5 on that blade. And I have 2 days of growth, shaved on Thursday night. I know I uploaded this morning due to some technical difficulties. For some odd reason I had to go back and take the original editing project and convert it and then upload it again in order for YouTube to take it. I don't know, somewhere in between something didn't compute and it always stopped. So and this is a wonderful shave. Now these razors are a little bit more on the aggressive side. You have a good amount of blade feel, but it's not to the point where I'm afraid, you know, it's kind of like, all right, if I don't pay absolute attention, I'm gonna just kind of slit my throat. By shimming that blade, you're taking a good bit of blade gap out of it, you know, just in between the blade and the safety bar, and that helps quite a bit to tame them. Now on the more modern ones, hold on a second, let me just not goof this up. Right. On the more modern ones, like the featherweight or the G-bar, they were already designed for a flatter blade, a thinner spine, and even the spineless ones, the reversible ones that they had with two edges on it, which was an interesting concept, a single edge with double edges. So yeah, in order to accommodate that, they changed a little bit on the geometry of the razors, and the modern pet Pellas and treats and, you know, what's out there can be used just as is. Now in these older models, they were made for the thicker spines. An interesting one is the Micromatic. My open comb that I have is an older model. It doesn't have two bumps in it in order to accommodate that blade angle, so they were made for the thicker spines. The ones that have the two bumps in it on the surface, on the inside, they're made for the thinner blades. So just keep that in mind. If you have one without bumps, if you use the thin spines, you will have an aggressive beastie. Shim the blade, give that a try, you will notice the difference. And as you can see, this is very comfortable. It's actually surprisingly comfortable. Now on the first shave of these blades, it can get a little rough. Kind of like a feather, they mellow out a little bit after the second shave, third shave. That's when it really gets nice. Perfect, wonderful. Oh, no, good. All right, let me just wet the face. Not really rinsing off much, because I want to retain as much of the slickness as possible. Alright, well, how are you guys? Totally forgot to ask, I'm terribly sorry. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good Saturday. Got the weekend started off right. I know I did. Watching some shave videos, and then just shortly after lunch here in my area at 1 o'clock. I was watching Cap live shave. Good show, Cap. Thank you. That was fantastic. And he had Liam as a special guest star. So that's good to see him. Yeah, and all in all, a very enjoyable event as usual. So yeah, and that speaking of tomorrow, for me, 12 o'clock noon, and that's Eastern time. I'll be watching Steve the Suffolk shaver on his live shave. So if you have time, come on, join in. Really looking forward to it. I know Steve's been trying to go live for quite a while, and he's, you know, it's not for the lack of trying, but due to some, you know, it's just technical difficulties, and I'm trying to do the same right now, and I'm seeing what kind of difficulties he ran into. You know, it's not that easy. So I am really happy for him that he got everything going. And yeah, looking forward to the shave. Now with these single edges, they, you know, people always say, oh, you gotta hold it, you know, flat to your face or like this. Basically, depending on what model you have, the angle might change a little bit. So, like in that first single edge video, I'm like, whatever feels comfortable, you know. So, yeah, this one happens to be a little flatter on the face. You know, it's just kind of very close to the skin, if you can see that. Gotta hold it because that feels most comfortable. And then I know I've got my angle. And then I'm done. I know. So much for the science part. Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for the angle. Yes you do. I mean, single edges. Yeah. I've had some incredible shaves with them. But it is a steep learning curve because it is slightly different to a double edge, angle wise. And it will get you if you don't watch out. I think I've had the worst case of razor burn with a single edge. Gotta watch out. Almost got the stash. And this Haslinger really has great glide. For somebody with a straight razor or a Shavemac. Perfect. Alright. Let's do some pickups. There's a little bit here and a little bit there, the usual spots. Alright, let's get this thing wet just real quick. And as you can see, still plenty in there, and like I said, that wasn't a very long load. This isn't a huge knot. And for the pickups, it is thin. I mean, all I need to do is just kind of squeeze it out a little bit. But I'll leave it thin in order to get those last little bits. Can you hear that? There's still some. So we'll just keep that at hand. All right. Sorry, I'm not real chatty right now. I'm just trying to concentrate a little bit. Stash is still there. I was just checking. These razors wouldn't surprise me. Just taking that off without me even thoroughly noticing. Okay. Always that trouble spot there. Okay. Not hitting the angle right today to get it smooth. I don't know what it is. There we go. Now we got it. Perfect. Same spot over here. And see, that's it. Almost. Being picky today. Excellent. All right, now we'll turn off here real quick because I'll thoroughly rinse off the face and I'll see you for the post. And we are back. All right, so that took a little bit getting all that soap off, because it is fairly slick soap and it has a good amount of residual slickness, and it'll stay on there. So you got to rinse pretty well to get all that off. Now, a common, somewhat of a misconception that I've noticed is that everybody associates Hasslinger with the sheep's milk. They do have one of their soaps which contains sheep's milk, the Schafsmilch, and that one has some excellent post-shave properties. It is the only one though that has sheep's milk in it. The regular ones do not. All they have, I've read you the ingredients list. They have different ingredients in them. This one has honey in it, but no sheep's milk. So while the post-shave feel on the skin is nice, can you tell? It's not that it's pulling or anything like that. It's exceptionally dry. It isn't, but it's not as nourishing as you know, some of the other artisan products out there. So today I will definitely be going for an aftershave balm. Just clearing that up. There's only one Haslinger soap that contains sheep's milk. Alright, so standard witch hazel, just a regular store variety kind. And as someone pointed out to me, that's got an interesting scent to it. Oh yes it does. It does not smell very nice, because this is basically the medicinal kind. It's got a little bit of alcohol in it and no fragrance whatsoever. And so, yeah, this does not smell the most pleasant. But it doesn't linger on. It's basically a minute into it, it's already starting to dissipate. So it's all good. Now, while this is just kind of drying off a little bit, we will go through what we've used today. The Jem Jr. Very nice razor with a shimmed Pella on its 5th shave. And I have to say, this was almost to the point mild that I had to seriously do some pickups. As you saw, I had a little bit of trouble there. So I'll probably give this one another go with a regular blade, unshimmed, and see, you know, where it's at. But like I said, if you've got a single edge razor that is a little on the aggressive side, just tape it up a little bit. Like I said, measurements are on the other video, and give that a try. See if that's more to your liking. It does take off some of the aggressiveness of certain types of those single edge razors. Alright, so razor blade, got that. We used the Haslinger Honey. Where's the wrapper? Here we go. The Haslinger Honig Rasierseife. And fantastic soap. I really like it. As you saw, didn't take much at all to just kind of lather that up. Let's see if we can. There we go. Let's get some of that out of there. There we go. Didn't take much. Just loading it up. I know I'll put the time in underneath. I'll count it out while I'm editing this to see how many seconds I actually loaded with the little Shavemac, the D01 silver tip. I just love this brush. Yeah, it is my favorite. So okay, we are dry. Time to add a little bit of scent. Today we are using Pitralon Classic. This has been around for quite a while, and people, especially in Germany and Europe, used to make a little fun of this. It's not an expensive aftershave at all, but it's a classic. It's that classic male scent, late 70s, early 80s. You know, this is what you had. So I'll slap some of that on there. Yeah, right there. A little bit of tingle. Well, I went a little excessive. But that just smells nice. It does contain cedar oil, I believe, according to the description. So yeah, you get a little bit of that cedar off the start, and then basically it dries down to something. You know, it's not too woody, but it's a fresh. Difficult to describe. Classic male scent. I love it. Okay, so like I said, because the Hasslinger, this regular one, is not the most nourishing. Great, like I said, good post, everything. But today I just want a little bit extra. I'm using the Florena. Hold on, I'll hold up the bottle in a second. Good stuff. Just gotta clean that off because it is slippery. Don't want to drop anything. The Florena sensitive aftershave balm. So that's good stuff. And the scent on that Pitralon is just, you know, it's nice, it's refreshing, and there is a little bit of a cooling effect to it. I'm not sure because I don't have the original packaging anymore. I threw that out a couple of months ago. If there's any menthol in it, but it does feel ever so slightly mentholy. You know, there's a little bit of a cooling effect. Okay, all right. I think I've babbled on long enough. Hope I didn't bore you. Yeah. I look forward to seeing some of you tomorrow on Steve's Live Shave. And if not, I hope you just have a great Sunday and have a good time. And, well, I guess we'll see each other probably sometime next week then. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you guys stay safe, be safe, and see you next week. Thank you guys. Have a good one.